Streaming the night away. So what's everyone up to?
On 6. You know how I feel about women. I can't stand y'all. Y'all hate me. All of y'all hate me. So I ain't got a choice but to hate y'all. I love y'all for God's sake. But I hate you, period. I want y'all to avoid me. I'm against baby girls. I'm against the female gender. I hate the female. I can't stand the female gender. I avoid y'all altogether. Keep 100-foot distance from me. That's why I dress up the way. That's why I look the way I do. So y'all can avoid me on purpose. Y'all can talk shit about me, but just please avoid me. Maybe I can't handle sometimes. But all I'm saying.
Yeah. Fuck, man. I need to get this hardware shit fixed out, man.
Saying is,
if
you're gonna abort a baby, break out the A1 steak sauce, cook that baby, eat it. Cook that fetus, eat that freaking fetus and the placenta. And I hope it fucks with your conscience knowing what you did. That child didn't do nothing. That little baby didn't do nothing to you. And you gonna abort your babies. Even if you kill your babies, you better break the A1 steak sauce out and eat it. And I hope it fucks with your conscience for life because you killed a baby. Killed an innocent life. Even if it is a girl. I know guys, I know us dudes are knowing, but
yes.
I can't stand women because they're not my gender. Y'all creep me out. Y'all call the police on me. And most time I ain't did shit to you.
Hello.
I hate your gender. I can't stand your gender. Y'all want to use me for child support and all that stuff. I hate your gender. I hate your kind. Y'all not like me. Y'all emotional. Y'all want to lash at me, lash at us men. I hate y'all. I can't stand y'all. Thank you for avoiding me if you do. Don't come to me. Don't approach me. Y'all some sick ass fucks. You call y'all a sick ass fuck. There's an insult to the sick ass fuck. But all I'm saying is, that innocent child didn't do anything to you. The only reason why I'm saying eat that baby is to eat that eat that fetus. And I hope that they do that shit in China, which is crazy. They do that shit up in Asia and Korea and all that stuff. They boil fetuses. It's crazy. But I'm serious. If you're gonna consider an abortion, break the freaking A1 steak sauce out. I'm not talking out the side of my ass. I'm making a point. I hope you better eat that baby. I hope somebody has a pistol on your head to make you realize what you did. I know this may sound crazy, but it's the only way to get to you, to what you did to that baby. You had that baby. It's your responsibility. Casey Anthony, you probably done ate that baby.
Sucks.
What's going on, everybody out there on YouTube again? This is Kent. I'm coming at you guys again with another YouTube video. You know, it's nice and overcast out here. You know, look like it's gonna rain, and it is gonna rain a little later. But you know, I like overcast weather, you know, more than I do sunny weather. You feel what I'm saying? But anyways, I want to make this video pretty quick. You know what I mean? Because people be staring and trying to walk by and everything. But you know, I want to talk about being nice. You know what I mean? In 2016, the present. You can't be nice when it comes to being in the present. Being in the present, you can't be nice to people. You know what I mean? Because mostly, it's particularly the women that do this. You know what I mean? Is that they'll take a nice guy's kindness for weakness just because a guy is nice, he's sweet, and he has a good heart and all that stuff. Women see that as weak. You know what I'm saying? Women see that as weak just because this man is nice and he's caring and he has a good heart. That does not mean that the guy can stand up for himself. That does not mean that the guy can, you know, put him in your place on your stupidity. You know what I'm saying? You know, just because I really feel that a lot of people really shouldn't judge a book by its cover. You know what I'm saying? Just because that a person is nice, that don't mean that they can stand up for themselves. You know what I'm saying? You can be nice, but you don't have to deal with people, you know, messing with you and bullying you and harassing you and giving you a hard time. You know what I mean? And you know, by me being nice to people, I learned the hard way, man. You know what I mean? This is why I really don't hang out with a lot of people. I only hang out with a small margin of people, you know, but overall I just, you know, stay in my own lane and you know, I mind my own business. You know what I mean? But you know, because you know, people will take your kindness for weakness. You know what I'm saying? People will take your kindness for weakness. They see that you're a nice person and everything, they'll just use you, man. I mean, just use you. I mean, a lot of people don't care about nobody else but themselves. You know what I'm saying? You know, and I learned that the hard way because I used to do nice things for people, you know, and I never got anything in return. You know what I mean? I never got anything in return. I used to, you know, be nice to people and everything, and you know, just do nice things for them. You know what I mean? But I never get anything in return. They saw the fact that I was a nice person. They just they kept asking me to do this for them, asking me to do that for them. You know what I'm saying? Just constantly over and over and over again. You know what I'm saying? Because when you're naturally a nice person, you know, I really feel it's hard to say, no, I won't be able to do this for you. No, I won't be able to do that for you. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of hard to say no. You know what I mean? But, you know, you got to learn how to say no, man, so people won't use you, so people won't take advantage of you and take your kindness for weakness, man. You know what I mean? But a lot of females do that. You know what I mean? It's the truth. It's the truth. You know what I mean? Because women claim that they want a nice guy. No, you don't want a nice guy that you can, you know, settle down with. You want a nice guy to give you everything. That's what it is. You know what I'm saying? That's when women. I look at it this way. When women claim that they want a nice guy, you know what I'm saying? You don't want a nice guy that you can get married to and have a nice kids, have you know, have a nice marriage and everything. Like I say, get married, you know, have kids, live a happy, peaceful life. You know what I mean? Have a good family, live in a nice home. You don't want a man like that. You know what I mean? You want a nice guy to give you everything that you want. You know what I'm saying? To do everything for you. You know what I'm saying? And you use him, you take advantage of him, and you take his kindness for weakness and everything. That's the kind of nice guy you want. You know what I mean? But overall, a lot of these women settle for men who are no good for them. You know what I'm saying? Who abuse them, harass them, and you know what I mean? Just doesn't do nothing. You know what I mean? A man who doesn't do anything. You know, so when I say nothing, I mean nothing. Just a guy who's no good. You know, a stereotypical type of dude. You know what I mean? Mostly a black guy. You know what I mean? But I'm not really speaking as a race in this video. You know what I mean? I'm talking about all races, because all races of women do this. Just because I'm a black man, that does not mean that, you know, I'm specifically talking about the black race. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about all races, because different races of females did me wrong. Different races of females threw me under the bus. You feel what I'm saying? I did nice things for them. They took my kindness for weakness. They took advantage of me, man. And I realized that you know, I had to cut people like that out of my life, man, because I don't want people in my life who just constantly, who only call me, who only calls me unless they want something or they need something. They never call and ask me, "Hey Kent, how you doing? Hey Kent, how's your day?" You know what I'm saying? How's life treating you, Kent? You know what I'm saying? They always want to bother me because they need something. You know what I'm saying? That's not a real friend. You know what I mean? And they see that you're a nice person. They only want to bother you to, you know, for you, like they don't have a car, they only want to bother you to give them a ride somewhere, or to, you know, I mean, if they need some money for you to give them money. They see that you're a nice person. They know, and they know that, you know, it's hard for you to say no to them. You know what I'm saying? That's why they ask you. That's why they ask you, because they know. You know what I mean? But I say, you know what, screw this. You know what I mean? I just, you know, I had to cut a lot of people out of my life, and I keep my social group very small. What I mean by very small, I mean as small as a little BB. You know what I mean? That's my social group. You know what I mean? But you know, overall, you know, I just, you know, stay in my own lane. You know, I mind my own business and everything. You know, I don't have to put up with people's crap. You know what I mean? I really don't. That's why I stay in my own lane. You know what I mean? It's best to stay in your own lane. You know what I mean? Just to put up with somebody who just use you and take advantage of you. You know what I'm saying? And behind their back,
I don't think
here's another
anyone
thing.
watches me anymore,
Behind your back, you know, they talk bad about you. They'll throw you under the bus.
I think the interest
you know what I'm saying? Yeah, this dude, he a punk. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he's a punk. You know what I mean? He won't stand up for himself or something like that.
No, it's
you know
over.
What I mean? But I'm gonna speak as for myself now. You know, just because I may have problems, you know, attracting women and everything, but that does not mean I will tolerate people disrespecting me. You know what I mean? Because I will check you on that. You know what I mean?
Old,
and this
shitty brand.
By me saying that, this is not
like $10, $15
a shot on anybody. This is not directed towards anybody. That's just me. You know, that's just me speaking in general.
Headphone.
You know, but
for your gaming experience.
I mean, that's just how I feel.
It's
you know,
so good.
I really feel you just
Work
can't.
So
you know,
very
be nice to people in 2016. You know what I mean? You really can't. You know what I mean? You just have to
very good.
Just
$10.
find the right people. You know what I'm saying? And they will not,
good for
you know, take your kindness for weakness. You feel what I'm saying?
You can buy and you can have
anyways,
gaming experience.
That's pretty much all I gotta say.
For the man,
I'm gonna go ahead and close this video out. You know, this is Kent signing out. It's starting to get dark out here, and people are coming. I don't like people staring at me while I'm trying to record videos outside. But that's all I gotta say, y'all. Peace. I'm out.
Fun for you too.
All right, y'all, I'm back. You know, like I was saying, you know, you can't, you know, being nice won't get you far at all in 2016. You know what I mean? People will use you. They will throw you under the bus. You know what I mean? I'm starting to repeat myself now, but you know, it just sad. This is the sad world that we live in. Is that, you know, you have to be somebody that you're not, man. You can't be yourself nowadays. Maybe all that might have worked, you know, back in back in the 80s, maybe, or back in the 90s. I'm pretty sure things were different. You know, I mean, that was a different generation.
You crazy? Spend $300 on a headphone.
It's messed up, man.
Boy, y'all run yourself down the store,
when you be nice,
on that $30
when they say nice guys finish last, you know, nice guys do finish last, and it's gonna happen more and more and more and more and more. You know what I mean? As the years go by,
headsets are gay.
Nice guys do finish last, man.
What's the point?
You know what I mean?
How fucking quality do you need it to get when
it's
a tiny ass little speaker?
You know what I mean? Got a whole bunch of kids out of wedlock that she can't take care of, on welfare and everything.
Spend money on like
now she's gonna want a nice gentleman.
Big system.
I mean? And a nice gentleman ain't gonna.
If it's Bose,
not gonna, you know,
I agree
settle
with it.
for a woman who was all used
anything
up
Bose is
by all these different men.
Worth it.
You know what I mean? But
if you buy some
I stay
gay
in my own
shit,
lane, that's what I do. I stay in my own lane. You know what I mean? I mind my own business. You know, I'm the type of person where, you know, I don't ask for trouble. You know what I mean? I don't ask for trouble. I stay out of trouble. you know, the best way that I can, you know, what I mean? It's just,
Quiet comforts.
it's very rare. It is very rare to find women out there
$350.
who will appreciate a guy for who he is.
$995.
It's very hard to find women out there who will
That's the
appreciate a
aviation
guy for
one,
who
though.
he is, man. I really feel the majority of these women are just, they're full of themselves. You know what I mean? They are full of themselves.
Man, my
and,
shit's more comfortable than
you know,
these, too, I bet. These motherfucking bows.
people think that's weak. You know what I mean? And that's just a
Man,
bad,
I got the Union.
terrible way of thinking. You know what I mean? Thinking
You
that
don't know about the
just because this person
Union.
is nice, you know, you think that he is a weak person. You know what I mean? Mistaking niceness for weakness. You know, I don't deal with a lot of people, man. You know what I mean? I really don't. This is why I don't deal with a lot of people. I stay in my own lane. I don't have too many friends. You know what I mean? I really don't be kicking it with a lot of people. I don't trust a lot of people, man. I mean, people will use you. They'll throw you under the bus. You know, people in this world don't care
Man,
about you.
Kent just says the same thing over
That's the
and over
truth.
and over and
People
over
in this
again.
world don't
The
care about you
same
at
video
all.
after video, the same thing. The same shit. Over and over. Over and over and over.
Good evening, everybody.
Until he goes into a freaking screaming rant.
Back at you guys again with another.
Yeah, I like this nog better. This nog actually has freaking something to say that's not the same.
What's up, YouTube? Or anybody that's watching this video?
This guy,
You know,
Dave Chappelle ass.
I really feel,
Dave
I
Chappelle
really feel like I'm just a really unattractive guy, like to females. Like I really feel like, that I'm very unattractive to women, and I think I have a feeling that's why, a lot of females don't think that I'm attractive. I feel like that's the reason why. I always get rejected all the time. I get rejected. I get turned down. I've been rejected by so many girls. It's just too many to count, man. It's ridiculous how many girls I've been rejected by, man. I've been rejected by so many women, and like I really, like my preference, like I really love Filipino women, Asian women. I really like Asian women a lot. I mean, I'm very attracted to Asian women, but at the same time, I'll get pissed off when I go on these dating sites.
Old guy.
Like Tag, for example, there's a dating site called Tag.com. It's kind of not really a dating site. It's kind of like dating and has a little bit of like social media stuff to it, like Facebook. And I go on there and I'll be messaging all these women. Not even just Filipino women. I message black girls, white girls, sometimes white girls, Asian girls, Filipino girls, Hispanic girls, and 9 times out of 10, I don't get responses from these girls, man.
Is stuff
I
copyrighted?
don't get responses, and it just sucks. It really hurts the fact that I get rejected by all these females. I don't get no responses from these girls. It's just stressful, man. It's really stressful.
Yeah.
I just feel like
I was stationed in Germany during the 1960s.
Oh, badass, dude.
Picked up a little German. 70 years old. I've been on this earth 70 years.
Nice, thanks, dude. I love the old.
So, when I was younger, I was very sick. I had scarlet fever. I had whooping cough, mumps, measles, chicken pox. And when I was sick, in 3rd grade, my mother left the radio on. And I heard a lot of music from the 1940s. And of course, they played music from earlier periods, 1920s, 1930s.
Hopefully some non-lurkers come in here.
Missed 3rd grade. I stayed back a whole year because I was so sick. A lot of young people today come down with maybe 1 or 2 of
some of the
diseases,
lurkers
chicken
are
pox or
all
whooping
the
cough.
jobs I applied for. It's lurking me now.
Seldom do they come down with all
Right.
of those sicknesses in 1 year. Of course, there were other diseases, but thankfully, I never caught them. So the music was a big influence on me, and I sort of missed the rock and roll period. Of course, rock and roll came in the 50s. And I was talking about the 1940s, but you know, music is a very big influence on people's lives. So to speed this up a little bit, I wanted to show you the picture of a music teacher, Mrs. Haverstick. She had a great influence on me, and she was very old.
I don't think she is.
Even in the
I think
1950s.
she's like weaning off of them. That's probably why she's sleeping a lot or whatever.
But she was in the school system for a long time, and
Most likely.
because she was so old, even back then in the 1950s, that means she must have been born sometime in the 1890s. So you can imagine what her musical taste was. Everything from Stephen Foster to Victor Herbert, Babes in Toyland. But it was all right. It was a big influence on me. Last year in high school, senior year, she retired, so she wasn't there for the senior year. But I remember in elementary school we went to see a operetta that she had produced with the senior class. The operetta was called Katrina, just like the hurricane that hit New Orleans. Well, let me show you her picture, if I can get it on the screen. This is from the yearbook. That's a picture of Mrs. Haverstick. She was even very old back then. She retired probably past retirement age. But remember, back during the 1950s, the school teachers didn't get paid all that much. And her big influence on us, the class, and especially me, was Gilbert and Sullivan. You could almost joke that she was alive during Gilbert and Sullivan's heyday. Little baby, nevertheless, she was probably alive. So I'll probably play some more music that I heard when I was sick that made a big influence on me. And when I was missed third grade because of the mumps, measles, whooping cough, chicken pox, and also some of the music that Mrs. Haverstick used to play for us in music appreciation class. I have a bad back and sciatica. I fell at work and I slipped a disc. I'm not on disability, just Social Security. And I'm looking for a woman, still.
Yeah?
Yeah. Still looking.
Beautiful. Shit, no, man, in high school.
Okay.
It's pretty high.
Let's shut it down, and this is all an experiment because I'm not really that savvy at video and computer. But even at 70 years old, if you don't try, you'll never succeed, right? Okay. Let's close it down.
That was a great video. This video rules. Alright. Now let's watch this video while I be right back.
It's around 2 a.m. in the morning, Saturday, with a rip-roaring blizzard outside. Still haven't found out what the definition of a blizzard is. And we'll take the camera and just stick it out the door. Might as well. My elderly neighbors and some other neighbors are spending their time up all night watching the snow fall. I wouldn't even be up now if I didn't have favorite computer programs. Programs on the computer that I listen to regularly. We'll see if this toaster works. I haven't had it working in almost 3 years. It was a good toaster at one time.
Looks like a good video. Let's see if we can save that for later. I'll put on a longer one, come right back. Let's see here. Dude, these videos don't even say how long they are. What the hell? They're like so old from an old guy that they don't even say the time. Okay, there we go. I think my computer is just lagging because I'm screaming. Oy vey. I thought I saw a 20-minute one somewhere. There's 9 minutes. I saw 19-minute one somewhere. Come on, where to go? Are you fucking serious? Fuck.
Book on architecture. It's about Spanish architecture. Iceman Architecture Codex, the City of Culture of Galicia. Okay? And the reason I want to show this book on art.
Says video output low. Says it's lagging.
Architecture is because, to me,
see what happens.
Personally,
whatever.
With the word stupid and simpleton, the two words, American architecture has forgotten public space, generally speaking, though there are some old buildings that do have public space. These drawings are buildings in Spain. And you can see the huge amount of public space they have. I admit that Spain is certainly not like the East Coast of America. That's obvious. The Spanish have a different culture, and the Spanish have a different climate than what Northeast North America has. But we also have a limited amount of public space. Now, why is public space important? It's not only important as a cultural center, someplace to go, but it's also important if there's a natural disaster, like what North American Eastern Coast is now experiencing with snow, sleet, and rain in this month of November 2012, and Hurricane Sandy that caused tremendous pain and suffering. And I understand there are something like 40,000 people in New Jersey, New York, and the surrounding areas. 40,000 people are homeless. And I mean destitute. I mean their home and property has been completely and absolutely destroyed. There is nothing left. Can the insurance companies, can the private insurance companies help these people? Not likely. The only way these people are going to get help is from the federal and the state governments. Think about that, neocons. Think about that, conservatives. Think about that, Tea Party people. This is drawings or pictures of public space in Spain. The point being that American architects generally have failed the American public in providing open space for people to congregate, for people to socialize, for people to have cultural events, and the most important, to have shelter at night and during storms and social tragedies like America has experienced over the last 10 years. These buildings have to be built extra strong and extra durable to sustain themselves during some cataclysmic event. But they are public shelters, a place to go, culturally, to be protected from the elements, from the cold, from the wet, from the sleet, from the snow, and also a place to meet, like the malls, like the parks used to be before the Nazis took over America, or at least the Nazi mentality. And that's another issue I want to talk about someday. I have had personal experience, a 71-year-old old man with a cane being chased out of public parks like I was some kind of pervert. This is land contour. It's well known. In computer modeling, it's well known in architecture that heat rises, right? And by contouring the land in public space, you can actually divert heat channels or heat sinks. Water holds heat, so does asphalt and concrete. Woods and forest hold the heat during the winter. This is well known. If you don't know this, God help you, because it's basic science. By contouring the land, you can actually divert the wind channels, and you can actually divert temperatures to make an area warmer or colder, depending on what your desire is. The Spanish knew it. Why don't the architects in America know it? Why don't the city planners in America know it? They do. It's just it's expensive. And the public has to pay for it with taxes. And these neocons
have reneged on public space as if they never use a public park. There's a map of water pools and concrete areas that hold heat and then release the heat at nighttime or during the winter to make the temperature rise and make the temperature warmer. This is standard science. This is nothing fantastic. This is nothing mystical. This is standard academic science. I'm getting the same maps over again. That's why I'm hesitating. There's more pictures of public space for people to congregate, for people to have meetings, public meetings, for children to go and have cultural events. So, architects, city planners, let's not be simpletons. Let's not be stupid. Horrors like Hurricane Sandy, which displaced 40,000 people or more who lost their homes, should have a place to go in natural disaster. So why can't we have public space where we can have meetings, where we can have cultural events for the public, and where we can go when there's a natural disaster like Hurricane Katrina and Hurricane Sandy and the storm that we're having right now. It's November 8, 2012. Rain, snow, sleet, and the people are homeless. 40,000 people have no place to go in the rain, the snow, and the sleet. Hello? Do I have to explain how cruel and mean and vicious that is? You neocons? You Tea Party people? If your home was destroyed, if your property was lost, that includes an automobile or any other building that you have, like a garage, where would you be? And even the banks and the other public buildings have been destroyed in some cases. So this is a book about Spanish architecture. And I admit, I am not arguing or quibbling that the northeastern part of North America is not sunny Spain. But I'm sure there are smart architects out there and city planners who can make more public space and contour the land on a temperature grid so it's warm during a cold season like the winter, and it's cool during the hot season like the summer. You don't have to be a rocket scientist or a brain surgeon to figure that out. It's all in books.
It's a boomer. Oh, that's thread. Faggots. Fuck.
I bought it especially because two other toasters that I had bought cheap, they burn out on me. And at one time, back to nostalgia again, when I was young, that was part of breakfast. Buttered toast and tea. And of course breakfast cereal, sometimes eggs, bacon, pancakes. But that's enough of that. Don't know how long it will take for the toaster to work. Like I said, I haven't used it in almost 3 years. I've been trying to plan on moving from this house, but it's a chore. It really is. I have so many books. I have hundreds of vinyl records, vinyl LP records. I have at least 6 filing cabinets jammed full of newspaper clippings. 70 years of souvenirs. I want to go through each item one by one. I don't want to throw anything out that I'll regret. This snowstorm, like a lot of people, had me go through my my DVD collection. I have both old-fashioned VHS tapes, and they haven't been transferred to DVD discs. And I have thousands of DVD discs. So that's what I did when I wasn't on computer or reading. Huge book collection. Thousands of books. Many of them I haven't read in years. I try to explain the reason why I keep the books is because of proof. Because a lot of the books are weird and odd and strange. Some of the pictures in the books are rare. That was part of my problem with my father. He, as being a good Christian, as he called himself, found some of the books I had either too erotic or too